happens in this elif statement is that, so the very first thing that Python considers is that a variable has been defined by the user, that is the value of a stores as 100, and you have given a very first condition saying that if the value of a is equal to 100, then I should get an output as equal. But if this condition doesn't, if this doesn't happen, or if this condition is not true, then it will give you a value less than. But when will that happen? That will happen when the value of a is less than. This is first considers this statement, says that okay, the value of a is equal to 100. This condition is true. I won't go for
Excuse me,
these two
sir.
statements because the first condition. Yeah.
Sir, Shikhar's waiting in the waiting room. Could you please admit him?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Is he here right now? He's still joining, or has he joined the?
So I think he's joined.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, Shikhar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So what I was just explaining was, so what happens in an elif statement is the first condition that is it understands the input to the variable. It goes to the very first condition that the user has given, and that is a is equal to 100. So Python says, okay, this statement is true because the value of variable is 100. So Python won't go for the second and the third condition. It will just go for the first condition, and it will give you an output as equal. But what if this condition is not true? Let's say if I write the value of a as 500, right? So obviously the first condition is not true. That is a is not equal to 100. So a is greater than 100. So Python won't go for this condition. Now Python will discard this condition and go for the second condition. Now the second condition says that a is less than 100. If a is less than 100, then print less than. But the value of a is more than 100, right? So Python will again discard the second condition and go to the third condition, where the third condition then Python understands is the value of a should be more than 100, and that is true, that the value of a is 500, which is more than 100. This is how the Python runs the elif and elif loops, right? So you can like multiple number of statements if you want to run this thing. So this is the elif statement basically find its usage when you are explicitly working with any kind of a biological system. So where you have your DNA or your RNA sequences, and you want to like cut out a shortlist a particular amount of sequence from that, a whole large amount of DNA sequence, then you can give a multiple like statements, whether this is true or not, or this is true or not. So in that way, you can like get the output using a multiple line of statements. Is this clear with everyone? The elif statement.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you please मतलब इसका एक कोई फ्लो चार्ट आपके पास होता तो थोड़ा विजुअलाइज करने में इजी होता मतलब.
Okay. So this is basically a flow chart for your if else statement या elif statement. Same चीज elif के लिए भी true है. Okay. So what happens is कि यहाँ पे बस वो multiple उसमें आ जाएंगे. For example, मैं एक दूसरा loop दिखाता हूँ. I'll show you another loop, which is also called as a nested statement, right? So this can also be considered as an elif statement. So what happens in a nested statement is you give the first condition, you give define a variable, and then you give the first condition. Let's say this is our if condition, right? And then if this condition is true, it will run the first code block. That means whatever input the user has given in the if statement, right? So just imagine this as compare this particular flow chart with this thing that we have just written here. Okay, so it will be easier for you to understand right now. So what happens is this is condition one is your if condition that given if a is equal to 100. So if this condition is true, it will run equal to, and then it will straight away go from code block 1 to your output, and it will give you the output. If this condition is not true, then it will go into the second condition. So if the condition 1 false, it will go into condition number 2. Now condition number 2, if a is greater than less than 100. So if this condition is true, it will run code block number 2, and it will directly give you the answer or the output. Now even if this condition fails, it will go to the third condition, which was a is greater than 100. And if this condition is true, it will run the code block number 3 and will give you the output. So this is how your elif statement works, and this is how your nested statements work as well. So basic example of your nested statement is a prime number. So we'll see the prime numbers. So tomorrow's lecture will totally be dedicated to the examples of your loops. Okay. So whatever assignment I give you today, please go through it thoroughly, because today we're discussing about loops and different kinds of examples. A basic example of how a nested loop works. So what happens in a nested loop is, so I guess some of you might know what a nested PCR is, right? Are you aware of what is nested PCR?
Also,
Also,
Okay, so in a PCR, what happens is so what happens in nested PCR is that in normal PCR you give a one set of primers, but what happens in a nested PCR is you give a two or multiple set of primers. So in the same way, what happens in a nested loop is that there will be multiple loops within a single loop. So like for example, if I say I consider my if loop as a broad spectrum or an umbrella, so there will be multiple loops underneath that umbrella. So it will be like a nested thing, like one within the one within the one type of thing, or a loop within a loop type of thing. So that is known as a nested loop, right? Now nested loop can be of different types, like an else loop within an if loop, for loop within a while loop. So we will be looking at all those of the examples in more detail. So I'll just briefly give you the small like an example of so that you guys can understand what a nested loop is. So let's say we have a variable, let's say the value is 100, and if we give a condition, this is our first condition. If the value of a variable is less than 200, let's say we print less than, this is the first condition, and then I won't break out of the loop, because in previous cases what we did, to write an else loop, we were breaking out of the if loop and we were writing else here, right? So this means the else loop is not within the if loop. But right now what we will be doing is that we will be writing else within the if loop. So we will write else here. So this is how you should keep in mind the indentation, how the indentation works, right? So if there is an indentation here, Python will consider else within the if loop, right? So now we will give a condition. See that, let's say, now one more thing you have to keep this thing in mind is, now when you run the if loop,
screen.